Good afternoon, OTT Sports Network back on the air with you. This time we are coming live from Monument, Colorado. Your Arapahoe Bantam Maize set to take on the Rampage team that hails just north of Colorado Springs, south of Castle Rock, and in a town that I said is called Monument. We love this rink. It's so beautiful in here, and we are ready to go. Harry Haviland mic'd up beside me is DK. I know everybody's been missing him. He hasn't been traveling with us, but welcome back to the press box, DK.
Oh, back from Boston after a 6-week hiatus here since New Mexico. So happy to be back in the box for you today.
It's going to be a fun one here. We never know. We did beat this team the first game of the season down here. We just looked that up. It was a 6-4 victory for the Warriors. Warriors have had some successes through the season. Not so many coming away from the Rampage. They are 1-11, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm not even going to talk about that because we got to come out here and play some solid hockey. Last weekend, a shutout win against Lafayette as the Warriors came away with a 2-0 victory on that with a lot more chances. I still looking back at that one as we did a bunch of post-production stuff. That should have been a 5 or 6-0 game. Let's see what they can do down here. We made all the way down I-25. And you guys are all tucked in cozily in your living rooms and your space shuttles waiting for this one. And it tells us we got Wi-Fi here, so and if you text me, I'm not going to be able to know because I don't get phone service in here.
Yeah, please text us the score of the Bruins game here as we're going into the third period. 5-2?
5-2? Yeah. Perfect. I know everybody on the broadcast here tuning in is also a big Bruins fan. I mean, why wouldn't you be? JT Miller did get a goal there for the Rangers as his return back to the Big Apple, though.
In the first period. Tied it up 1-1.
Drama over in Vancouver, hopefully. Who knows what's going to happen, though. All right, Nice, Popovic, and Fredette with McGowan and Medeo on D. See, I don't know who's playing D there. They've got three of them swinging around the back. McGowan and Medeo are going to take that stance. Popovic's going to be up on the left wing with Fredette on the right, Nice in the center, and Simon Prokop between the pipes for your Warriors to start this one. Got the 3-referee system, or 3 official system. The ref with the orange stripes drops it. Rampage winning that one and coming in with a quick entry, a backhand pass into the middle. The Warriors are sleeping on that one, DK.
A little slow on that first face-off.
That's not the way that they were looking to start this one, but we'll see what they can do now. 14 minutes on these periods, 13:51 left to go here in the first. Nice loses that one again, back out to the point. Rampage, they go across the blue line. Fredette taking it away. He can't skate hard up the blue line or up the side. This one's going to be physical. Again, we see some contact in the middle. Gowan going for a hit, and then it's tipped out the far side. Medeo trying to work his way through center. Gets out a pass across. Eli Fredette break it in. Here comes Fredette. Takes that shot. Goalie got a little bit of a piece of that. Puts it up off the back glass. Way down there, far way away from us. In the slot again. Fredette with another shot. And he's trying to pick up that rebound. Skips it out to the blue line. McGowan rips it right back in, ringing around the boards. Fredette to pick it up behind the net. Trying to cut back on that one. Rampage collapses on top of him. Now he's working his way into the corner. Over there with Popovic joining them, and Rampage put it up the boards and out. That should be an icing call, but no, they come in, pick it up before it crosses the goal line. They get a shot off the side of the net. McGowan back on defense now. Skeeting that one out. Skeet. Is that how it goes? Out to Nice. He can't walk his way through center. Kalair just putting a body on the man, separating away from the puck, and then Kolcheski tipping it back outside the zone. In front of the Warriors bench now. Haviland gets a tip on it. Back over to Rampage. Trying to center that one with the backhand pass. Pick back up. Foster off the boards and out. Haviland and Kalergis and Foster is what this line's looking like it's going to be. I haven't seen if we're missing anybody yet. Grimberg and Kolcheski back out there on D. I know Harper's still not skating. He's on the bench. Bobby Bouchering it up over there as he's packing over 27 water bottles. Coming in. Apparently they didn't get back on side in time. 12:13 left to go here. It's the first period. We're all tied up at 0. Rampage and Arapahoe.
Yeah, we're minus Van Winkle and Captain.
And Captain and Van Winkle. Everybody else is here?
Correct.
Okay.
Minus Coach Pop.
Minus Coach Pops. And minus Coach McGowan. You got Coach Foster and Coach Prokop on the bench today. Grimberg trying to backhand that one over. Haviland tipping it through, gets it out to center. Claire just waiting for it. Dimitri Kalergis, backhand pass, doesn't get all the way through to the middle. Dimitri taking it back away. A clapper by Foster goes all the way across and outside the far end of the blue line. Grimberg back inside his own zone. Up the boards, over to Haviland. He's on the offensive side of the red line as he hammers that one in deep. Kalergis and Haviland staying back off. It goes underneath Kalergis' stick, and Medeo's back out off the bench, picking that one up inside his own zone, back over to McGowan. Flipping it through to center, tipped by Dimitri, and back over to Medeo. Austin getting it caught up on the ref skates. It's underneath him. Dimitri Kalergis picking it back up. Now they're fighting in front of the fans over there on those giant bleachers here at this beautiful Monument West rink.
There'll be like 500 people in those stands today.
Easily. Wait, we had to come all the way down here. Not even any room for us. Prokop gets a piece of that one as it tips over to the side. Out of the zone, DeVos coming up through center. Back over off bench come his line mates. That's Foster and DeVos and Paulin out there. I don't see Blanchard.
Well,
We're missing Blanchard as well.
Maize's up in Vail skiing today
Is
with,
he?
the Pee Wee team is up there playing, so maybe he's hitting the slopes while his brother plays.
Hitting the slopes, Brady up there. I don't know if he's got the earpieces in as he's ripping it up down those black moguls. Big hit going in there by Rampage. We know this team plays physical. They're looking to make a couple of big body contact plays early in this one. DeVos feeding it up to McGowan, who's up ahead of the play. Can't get that one back out, and Rampage coming back with center ice. There's the hit by Foster. I love to see it. Right at center ice, shoulder to shoulder, nice and clean. Nick Foster continuing to put the pressure on. Now he's back checking in the offensive zone as Rampage coming back up through center ice. Bobovic forcing his man wide. Prokop with the stick save. Another shot comes in. Grimberg steering it aside. Backhand shot gloved down by Prokop right in front of his net. He hangs on to it. 9:56 left to go here, first period. Welcome to the OTT Sports Network. If you're just tuning in, I'm Harry Haviland, DK with me. We are mic'd up in Monument, Colorado with your Warriors taking on Rampage. Nice for Fredette and Popovic. Back to Grimberg, up the boards to Fredette. He's got Nice ahead of him. Fredette gets a little anxious on that one, sends it all the way down, and both arms go up from the coinciding linesmen, and we'll have a face-off back in the Warriors' end. Let me see if, oh yeah, SOS now. Let me see if I can connect to Wi-Fi at least. Okay. SOS means I don't have any service. I'll try to find some Wi-Fi here. Yes, there it is. Rampage still stick handling inside the circle. They settle that one down, flip it in behind the net. Centering pass, he's wide open in front, jumps over his stick, and Popovic takes it away. Working deep down the far side, Pops kicks it in, Fredette behind the net. 5-3 now. A shot comes in. I'm getting Wi-Fi so I can check the score in the Bruins game. It's 5-3 against the Rangers. But there is a hockey game going on here in front of us. I should pay attention to that one too. But my phone's going crazy because I finally have Wi-Fi, and all those text threads are coming through. Prokop makes a save, makes a second save. He can't get his glove over top of that one. Bobovic backhands it, can't get it cleared. Shot comes through to center, taken away by Kolcheski. Poked at it by Grimace, and then off to the side. Rampage with a little bit of pressure here in the Warriors' end. The Warriors trying to get this one out of their own zone. Grimace is going to take it over to the far side. I'd like to see a little bit more spark here, DK.
A little flat here this morning, or this afternoon, early afternoon game here.
They're crashing and banging. Oh, gets knocked down. That was from behind, a little shove to the back of the head. I don't think Grimberg's going to like that one as he's deep in on the offensive side of things. Fredette's outmanning the point. He steps into that one, gets a shot off. It's blocked into the corner. Another shot. Grimberg trying to get it through. Blocked again. And McGowan spinning at center ice. Pneumonia. Brady's got pneumonia.
Brady's got pneumonia. Next man.
Oh,
making the run through the locker room.
We've been going through it here. It's been tough.
He was a little bit under the weather on practice this week.
Oh, hopefully he is feeling better soon. I'm just reading the text. I couldn't even think off the top of my head to come up with something cooler than pneumonia, but there's nothing to joke about with pneumonia. Hopefully he's doing good. That was Harper's ailment there as we left the last tournament, so he's getting better. Kalair just split the D, but then had the puck knocked off. Centering pass, tip in front, another one. Haviland and Foster in front of the net couldn't combine to put that one behind the goaltender, and now Rampage inside the blue line shoots in. Prokop's just gonna, he decided to drop it. A little too late. Whistle blows, keeping this all tied up at 0. 7:33 left to go, first period.
That pneumonia came back from what, Van Winkle's African safari, wasn't it? Where they were?
Yes. Well, we've got a ball rolling in here. We got DK kicking him away. Get out of here, kid. You're not allowed in the press box.
It's a Calergis. We're good.
It's a Calergis.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. It's one of those Calergis kids. They're coming out of the woodwork. Rampage hard off the boards. Medeo back in his own end. He's got a guy trailing him. Austin keeping this one on his backhand. Can't get through two players. And he walks his way through. Can't take the puck with him though on that play. It goes all the way to the far side. And DeVos flips it behind the defender, and Haviland was chasing it down. Oh, sorry, Paulin chasing it down. 20 and 80, that's a long way to see. I can't tell the difference from this side.
Lighting's a little dark here today. They probably could turn up the dimmer seems to be on the lights today. They're at full power.
Yeah, it does. I'm trying to see if there's a couple lights out up there, too. Missing, there's pucks up in the ceiling. I see a volleyball stuck up in the ceiling. How did that get up there? That's impressive. Right up above our heads here.
Oh, there you go.
Shot hard all the way around the boards, coming back over for it. It's Grimberg. Behind. And now here comes Rampage. They make that pass through center ice. They spin, trying to come through. It gets knocked back out to center. Trying to collect up on side, but they're going to whistle that one down. Offside is the call. Rampage taking this one back outside the blue line. Going to be dropped off just on the Warriors side. Yes, I do see you, Penny and Annabelle, sitting on the couch watching your cousin Kai play hockey. Hello to all of our family out in Palmer, Alberta. Awful Wi-Fi.
Well, no, he said no. He said no video.
Oh, no video?
Yeah.
What's the score? 0-0.
Oh, I know, but he can't see it.
You can't see it.
Well, he's not getting it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So our Wi-Fi here is not
Wi-Fi
producing a live stream.
Anybody else watching?
On,
yeah, we're watching. We're getting some other people watching. I don't know.
Maybe you don't get Wi-Fi in hell.
Vale, no.
You know?
Tim not being able to see it. It's still 0-0. Other people are watching. I'm not sure. If we don't get it uploaded here, it will be uploaded after the game. The Warriors trying to get a couple of shots off. Backhand spin and a save.
Good save.
Diane running the camera here, doing some good zooming and twisting.
Looks like you got him with his glove hand on the ice.
The goalie did.
Yeah.
I didn't see that part. Maybe it is time for me to get my eyes checked. Backhand draw win. They get it out to the blue line. Kolchevsky keeping it in with his foot. Back over. Nice can't stick in on his way through. Back over to Kolchevsky. He's inside the dot. Flipping one in. Wide of the net. Bounces off the backboards. Out to the far side. Grimberg gets two chances at it. The second one is a little bit offside. Slow whistle there by the ref, but he still did catch it as he shot that one wide in.
Energy on the bench.
Good.
Looks a little flat today.
Everybody else is seeing it.
The boys, everybody's kind of sitting.
Yeah, they gotta get on their feet. Something here. Wake up behind that bench. Get screaming. Get cheering. Now Popovic gets centered with Nice taking a spot on the left wing. Was Nice kicked out of that jar, or are they just switching it up?
Switching it up.
Okay. Fredette going in hard. Putting the pressure on the right side of the ice here right now. Just got to get a couple more pucks to the net. Minimal shots here, haven't been counting, but up on the board it says that our Arapahoe is up 6-3 as that puck goes up into the net and out of play. Stays on the right side of the glass, doesn't come down and knock out a Calergis. Speaking of which, the big man stepping out onto the ice with Foster and Haviland as that forward line's looking to get something going here. Medeo on defense end with McGowan. Foster trying to get in on this one quick. He wins that one back. Austin Medale, backhand ring. Haviland's coming back for it. Taps back over to McGowan. Outside of the blue line, McGowan with the flip. Back to Haviland, up the boards, through and collected by Rampage. Across their own blue line. Try to make that pass up, it's off the skates. Dale goes down, now he's got to fight for this one. They angle themselves into the corner here, just about knocking the Arby's cups off the press box desk. Haviland out, but not clear. Takes that one back again, and then he just hammers it out of the zone. They fan on that one, and Hilaire just misses. Back over, here comes Haviland across the blue line.
And a little bit outside. For net?
How long did they take to whistle that one down, though?
To the net. 40 feet.
He should have shot that earlier.
40 feet delay on the whistle.
You can't see it. Hopefully you guys are watching at the IMAX, because that's a long way to
the door.
Try and
I think
zoom
the
in.
door opened and it blinded him, the ref.
The blind?
The
door on the back side here? Here comes Rampage. They're on the attack. Medale strips it away off the boards. Hilaire just racing up outside of his reach as it goes across the red line. Bouncing it off the boards twice there. Haviland with the second shot out. I think the Warriors just got to try and slow their roll here a little bit, carry the puck a little bit longer, make the passes just like that, get a shot on net, go chase it down. That one's blocked into the corner. Foster and Haviland behind the net. Haviland back to Foster, trying to get the shot off. He's caught up in front. And then Haviland takes his player out, racing back on the back check. Oh, that's McGowan, sorry. He gets a favor returned to him. McGowan goes down in his own end. Graham picks the puck back up, off the boards, underneath Claire, just his stick. In deep, icing is waved off, picked up by Rampage. Line change made here. They got on there. I don't know if they had too many men. The refs didn't see it, so we're not going to call it. 3:40 left to go here, first period. Still tied up. Rampage doing a number here against the Warriors in this period. Warriors, again, we got to get a little bit more heat or something, or those simple passes in front. We're missing on the shot attempts, and it's turned right back around here. Rampage coming in the offensive zone. They get a shot off. Prokop makes the save, pulls it back in under his glove, and hangs on. Simon Prokop keeping his team in this. They've got to do something to help him out on the other side, as there's still 0 underneath the home and underneath the guest in the score clock here with 3:20 left to go. Nick Foster facing off right in front of you. Comes back, Grimberg off the boards to the blue line, not clear. Stepping in, Rampage still has it, sending that one into the far side. They got a man waiting, Kolchevsky chases him down. They still have it, out to the blue line. Paulin tips that one through. Keaton Paulin racing up through center ice. He's trying to get that one back across with Foster going towards the net. Then Keaton takes his man out as it's back out to center ice hockey. Rampage picking up the loose puck. Working their way in, shooting that one wide off the boards. Back to DeBoss, who had...
Clears it.
He had a little bit of time there. He could have turned.
Time and space was in your favor there.
Instead, he needed a change more than he needed a skate, I guess. He goes over to the bench, fresh legs hopping out.
He probably could have walked that right down on the goalie if he wanted to.
He had room.
Daylight. There's a lot of daylight there.
Popovic is taking the center ice position. He's heading up the left wing. Rolling out to the blue line. Pops, tipping it up, looking for Kyler. Stripped away. Popovic again, a backhand pass up. Nice couldn't collect it at the dot. Rampage flip it back around. Working their way into the Warriors' end. They glove that one down. The player's still hanging on to it. Settles the rolling puck. Stepping around Fredette. Fredette goes a little bit high. They get into a shoving match right in front of you. On the far side now, Kolchevsky working his magic on the defensive end. Shot comes in. Prokop had to be quick. Puts the glove in front of his face and keeps it outside the net. 7-5 now. Shots still in favor of the Warriors, but I think the chances are coming down here way too frequently.
We're letting them hang around with us a little too long in this game. We need to get a couple goals by their goalie here and build a little momentum. We're still... There's no urgency out there right now for the boys.
No, they need to find a little bit more.
Passing game's just not strong, and
There's only one more regular season game after this one, plus a tournament in Colorado Springs before we work our way into playoffs. So they've got to, this is the time they need to be at the top of their game. Nice coming in, gets that shot blocked. Popovic with a backhand in front again. Fredette is banging away in front. Nice couldn't get it to him, and then Rampage take it away. Right back over. Popovic.
Oh, Popovic's in their bench.
Into the bench of the Rampage players. He gets right back into the play. They're behind the net, putting the pressure on. Pops dropping down on that one, blocking the clearing attempt. And he drops it back into the corner for Fredette. Taking it in. Nice. Behind the goal, back out the far side to the point, jumps over Medeo's stick. And McGowan sees an open Fredette. He's got Nice with him. Eli shot bounces in on top of the goaltender. He hangs on with Nice lurking in front with his stick on the ice. No puck is freed out. Nice doesn't get the opportunity, and there's going to be a face-off deep in the offensive zone with Foster, Haviland, and Kaler just coming out to take it. Medeo and McGowan hanging strong on the blue line here, way down at that far end. It's not getting any warmer in here, DK, either.
It is not. Every time that door opens, that breeze comes through.
It still is warmer outside, I think. But pass Medeo again at the blue line. McGowan having to come back, doesn't get a strong enough stick on that one, and he's wide open in front. Oh, couldn't find it on the backhand. A lucky break there for the Warriors, but the Rampage keeping this one in, deep into the Warriors' end, back around the far side. Medeo can't get to it. Held in at the blue line by the pinching defender in gray. 1 minute of play left in the first period. Claire just around the far side. Haviland can't get to it, but it comes outside the blue line. Rampage resetting at center. Foster swiping. Rampage picking it up. Coming in. Can't get a shot back. And picked off by Foster. And Haviland's chasing him back out. Claire just in Haviland at center ice. Tipped in. That's offside. And the Warriors getting away with one. He was wide open in front. That puck
wide open.
Just couldn't find its way.
And then you get that sunshade when the door opens. You get it's in the front of the crease there. Kind of like what we had down at World Arena when they tied us.
You can see it.
When the crease was in the sun.
Coming through the windows down there. I believe that's where we're playing here at the President's Day tournament, back at that beautiful World Arena with no Wi-Fi, and we're going to be uploading games later. Centering pass out to the front. Rampage take it away in front of their crease, get it cleared to center ice, and the boys are all playing ping pong with it, trying to figure out who wants to settle this one down. Keaton Paulin has a touch on it, back over to Nick Foster, and then finally back to Grimberg. He sends it right back into the mess. It goes through a bunch of players. They put their hand up, signal icing, and with 7.1 seconds left to go, faceoff's going to be in the defensive end for the Warriors. And I can keep saying it, I don't like the puck down here right now.
Not one bit.
These guys are not.
7 seconds to go, regroup in between periods, and
they better be a regroup. Coach Foster, Coach Prokop over there, getting ready to see what they're going to have to draw up. Holland does a good job of tipping that one out to center ice, wind this period down. It's going to end in a 0-0 tie here after the first 14 minutes. And what are those coaches going to tell them? Popovic coming out and sitting down at center ice. He's wiggling his way over to the penalty box. Oh, no, that's the bench.
He might have got hurt when he got hit into that bench, too.
He did,
yeah. It was high on the hip. He got lifted. I think it was kind of an awkward fall.
Trevor here does a great job. Play-by-play.
Well, thank you. Some words of encouragement and hopefully some intensity builds as we go into this second period of play. A little bit more urgency coming out of your own end and through center ice.
A little bunched up early, too. You know, kind of bunching up the middle, going to spread it out a little bit.
Definitely. In front of the net, just not enough pucks to the net and not enough crashing there. That's what you're going to get these goals.
A little more downhill approach out there.
Hopefully we see all the action on this side.
Not downhill icing. We got that one down with 5 icing so far in the first period.
Not all of them necessary either. Go back to the ice cream sundae thing. If you get 27 icings in the game. Ice level view is great, we're hearing. Oh. Well, when it's right in this end, I don't know, maybe.
We find the cleanest
Well,
pair of
we're
glass.
looking at a 3-inch view on this iPad, so maybe it looks better on the big screen. Bringing it right into the action. This is Popovic at center ice now. And hopefully we see a lot more action close up on our side in this second period with the Warriors being on offense right now down in this end. Popovic's fighting up against a couple of Rampage players. They take it back up, spin, and out to the blue line. Trying to pinch in there was McGowan. It gets stepped around him, and Medeo back into his end to pick it up. Austin Medeo winding up. He's got some speed. Backhand up the boards to Fredette. Centering pass picked up by Nice. He was up there with Popovic. The defender gets his stick wrapped up in the middle of it, tipping it back out to center. Maybe some physicality, some like get back to that hitting. Here comes McGowan. Graham McGowan working his way in. Only had one hand on the stick. Back over to Popovic. Trying to get set up. Pop sends one, and Fredette trying to tip that down as he was in front. A little bit of sustained pressure here with McGowan back in on the blue line, working his way up the boards. Graham McGowan coming in, has Nice in front. McGowan still has it, trying to backhand that one through. Doesn't get enough wood on it. It's cleared out by Rampage. Back out across the blue line, straight back into McGowan. Flips a weak one into the belly of the defenseman. Back to Nice. He had Fredette in front, gonna get through to him. Nice still has it. Coming out of the corner, Kyler Nice. Drop pass off the boards. McGowan working his way in. Here comes Graham. Stick handling mishap there as he drops the puck and it goes all the way down the ice for an icing. There we go. Back in an offensive zone draw. 0-0 still the score. Shots on goal 9-5 in favor of the Warriors. 12:30 left to go. Second period action here on the OTT Sports Network in Monument, Colorado.
Good momentum to start the period. They just got to get some shots on that. They're just trying to get too cute.
That could be a shot right from that circle. You got two guys standing
had
in
a
front of the
couple
net.
good looks and just shoot on net and let's get the rebound and let's go to work here.
Yep. Don't have to be too pretty. Put the puck to the net and go get it. Around Devin Foster again comes in. Sharp shot. There it is. Hey, yeah. Foster with the work. Haviland tipping it back in front. And Kalair just buries it home. They showed exactly what we talked about. Put those pucks to the net and go get it. They do just that. Dimitri Kalair just makes it a 1-0 game. 12:20 left to go here in the second period.
The big fella cleaning it up in aisle 3 and gets it done. It did.
Haviland's having a lot of luck hitting the inside of the post and having those bounce it out.
Yeah, I don't know why that didn't go in. I thought that was going to go in. It was like, what?
That's 7 or 8 for him in the last 2 games, and we're only in the second frame here. They're going to try again. The big man walking across the blue line. Claire just shoots that one in. Haviland behind the net with it. Tipping it in front. Looking for it. Back out to the point. Kolchevsky in. Blocked shot. Now he's got to race back. Grimberg chasing this one back up the block shot. They're working their way down. Forced into the far side by Grimace. Good work on that. Back check play. It's still loose in front. The Warriors managed to clear it over to the side. Kalair just leaving it for Foster, trying to get it back up to Kalair, just out to center underneath Haviland's stick. They're going to call that an icing as Haviland is on it. Oh, they leave it. One ref back there, they waved it off up here. I wasn't paying attention to the rushing guys. Back out to the blue line. Shot all the way around. Haviland's going to be the first Warrior to it. Centering pass right to Kalair, just, and a man stepped in front of him. Backhanded, up off the glass, clear of the zone. Coming through, Rampage with the speed split through the defense, and then a stick of Kolchevsky pushing it in. Kolchevsky still tying up the man in behind the boards, sending it around the far side. Kalair just stepping up over it, but the pinching defender gets up to it, backhanding it into the corner, taking a body, and Foster trying to dig that puck out of the pile. Kolchevsky sending it back to the other side. Joey flips that one all the way down the ice. That's icing number 12, and we are halfway to ice cream sundaes. 10:58 left to go here, second period action in Monument.
Well, Dairy Queen is sponsoring today, so that's good for get that Sunday there.
A little bit of sprinkle dip action, or you dip it in the sprinkles, right? You worked at Dairy Queen back in the 80s, didn't you?
We call them jimmies or sprinkles. That's the question.
Sprinkles, right? Dip cone? Oh, it's a chocolate dip and a sprinkle roll. Okay, there we go. Sorry, my terminology is not right there. Getting corrected by Miss Dairy Queen herself here on the camera.
So back east, we call them Jimmies.
Jimmies?
So the chocolate sprinkles we call Jimmies.
Oh, really?
But they weren't sprinkles.
But did you have the rainbow sprinkles too?
Oh, yeah.
Like all those? But they're called rainbow jimmies?
No, they're called
Just
sprinkles.
It was just the chocolate ones were jimmies. Okay.
Yeah.
Learning something new about growing up on the East Coast. I know people that are tuning in Palmer, Massachusetts right now know what I'm talking about. Oh, there's going to be a penalty against McGowan, getting a little bit aggressive and interfering with one of the Rampage players trying to come out of the zone.
A little stick work as he came out of that corner.
Graham McGowan's going to go to the box. The Warriors going to be shorthanded here for the next 2 minutes. 2 shorthanded goals I saw scored this morning. Watched A Navy take on Arvada. They got 2 shorties up in Arvada. They came away with an 8-2 win. Ooh. Great game here, or this morning to watch. A solid Arvada team that beat us did not show up this morning, and our Navy laid it to them. Kolchevsky, a penalty kill, trying to push this one out. That's Fredette working up through center. He's with Popovic, or Nice, sorry. Nice and Popovic out on the penalty kill with Kolchevsky and Grimberg back there. Rampage circling, getting set up. Centering pass comes through. They're going to get another shot at it, and they score. Power play goal picked up by Rampage. We got ourselves a 1-1 hockey game here in the second period.
A little visit to the sin bin, followed by a goal. Really bunched up there on that penalty kill. Yeah. All 4 guys were kind of sitting in front of the net. Didn't give Pro Cop much help there. And
he was caught on one side, and it was wide open on the far end. Out of the box and back to 5-on-5 here. Got an answer for that one, I am hoping. That one comes back to Kolchevsky after the scramble off the draw. Kolchevsky, backhand drop. Off the boards by Popovic. They don't sneak it across the blue line, held in there by Rampage. Monument team skims that one around the far side of the boards. Fredette chasing down after him. Kept in, back over, and out of the zone. Popovic racing. Here comes Noah Popovic, and the Rampage player gets to it first, up off the mesh. And it's going to come down in deep as the Rampage were the one that last touched it. And they're looking for... Okay, I thought the ref was just dancing. JT Miller gets a second goal of the game, 6-3 final. Miller's liking it a lot more in New York.
Sunshine in New York is great for old JT. Too bad the Bruins didn't think about bringing that guy right.
Yeah, he would have been a great fit. We need him down the middle. Here comes down the middle, speaking of which. Grimberg getting another shot off, deflected, high up off the glass behind the net. The other blue line, Kolchevsky with the backhand, keeping it in. Rampage making another attempt to get it out. Kolchevsky kicking it down, off the boards to Nice. Center pass over to Popovic. It was rolling past the blade of his twig. And then Fredette trying to keep that in. Now Popovic out to center. Nice doesn't get to it in time. It was rolling and spinning. Popovic can't hold it in the zone, but Kolchevsky controls. Back over to Grimberg, sending that one up off the boards into the offensive zone. Popovic's chasing. He's hooked and interfered with right there completely. Trying to make that pass up again. Nice waiting at the blue line. It's intercepted. You can't do it 3 times in a row apparently before the other team catches on. Sending this one down, racing after Kyler.
No icing.
They're weaving off the icing. Kyler going in, pushing the man up against the boards. Out to the blue line, ripped in by Kolchevsky. Nice with the tip, sending it just wide. Trying to center that one. Vascular just in front of the net. Kolchevsky bouncing it back into the corner. Back to Joey at the blue line. Gets a weak backhand in on it, pushing it off the boards. Still has it caught up in his skates. Does it get across the blue line? No. Rampage take it back now, and they're going to bounce it off of Kalergis, sending it into center ice, and then flipping it up into the Warriors zone. Chasing it down is Grimberg. Drop back, and then Kolchevsky behind his own net, taking it over to the right side. He's got Haviland way up, and here comes Haviland picking up this puck, coming across in front of, can't get it across to Foster. He has another chance, sending it in front to Kalergis, still loose in front. What? That one? Come on. How can you? The puck is wide open, playing off the side of the net, and he whistles it down because
he was out of position.
This guy could see it.
No, he wasn't. He was up there.
No, he was up at the red
line. Yeah, nobody was behind the net.
Nobody could get themselves in a position in time. And Kalergis was trying to flip that up over the goalie's pads. Foster leaning down. He's got his hands low on this one. I wonder what he's trying to do with it. He gets it back out to the blue line. McGowan with the backhand tip. Kalergis gets a shot off just off the outside of the post there. Centering that one all the way through, past all the players and back out to center ice. Medeo to McGowan. Feeding it. Can't get it through the boards as Foster was there. Tipped back in by Rampage with 7:41 left to go. They're offside. Whistled down in a neutral ice face-off just outside the Warriors zone coming at you. 14-7 in favor of the Warriors, but we got ourselves a 1-1 hockey game that I'm not liking whatsoever. This should be a 4-1 hockey game right now. Trying to find something there. Haviland shoots it into the pads of the Rampage player. They turn it around at center ice. Haviland's back in his own end. Off the glass, behind the boards, gets caught up on the net, and there's going to be a penalty against the Warriors for a punch to the back of the head or whatever that was.
Probably got a little too airborne on the delivery.
you can't do this.
Yeah, you can't jump and hit.
The Kevin BX's Superman jumping there.
They frown upon that approach.
Who's getting that one though?
I thought it was McGowan.
I thought. Oh, it's not a penalty. Or is it a?
I thought it was McGowan, but no.
No, it's the Rampage player that's going to the box. 2 minutes for accepting a Superman punch? I didn't see what was going on behind the play. But here the Warriors have an opportunity. Power play coming at you. Foster, Haviland, Kalergis. Sticking out on D is Medeo and McGowan.
Didn't we have the puck when they blew the whistle?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
That was the confusing part.
I just want to make sure I was not asleep. I know it's dark down here.
You are right. We had it up against the board. 2 and 10. They got 2 guys in the box. Something happened there.
He probably used those words that he's not supposed to use.
Good chance of it. Haviland with the backhand shot. That one goes in behind. Haviland now trying to get it to center, and it comes out of the zone. Nick Foster, they're using the forward mentality here on this power play, trying to make something happen. It's picked up by Nick Foster. He's working his way in deep. That's a high stick that they're going to dig at, but...
Whoa.
A lot of words. A lot of words going on out there.
I don't read lips, folks. But that was a high stick, I think, on the
definitely a high stick.
Warriors here. Anyways, if that one would have went in, I probably wouldn't have counted.
I don't disagree with the Rampage player on his thoughts.
One over to Haviland. He's trying to center that one through to Claire. Just goes all the way across the hash marks, back out to the point. Nick Foster ripping that one in for Devin. Devin is controlling, working his way out of the corner. Still with the stick handle, the shot. Puck is loose, bouncing around in front. Haviland collects it, going back the other side, trying to wrap around attempt. It's underneath the goalie and clear. Back in, Haviland, Foster turns and shoots. Devin Foster with the power play goal, giving them back the 1-goal lead. It's now 2-1. In the slot, turn and fire. This line's got both of them. 6:41 left to go here now, second period action. And they're going to be back to 5-on-5, but that one player is going to have to sit the rest of his 8.5 minutes in the box. Oh, you know what they're called in New Zealand?
What's that?
The Jimmies or the Sprinkles?
What are they called?
They're called hundreds and thousands.
Hundreds and thousands.
Hundreds and thousands. Thank you for our New Zealand viewers tuning in, paying attention, and we're learning something. We're getting cultured here on the OTT Sports Network. Worldwide, that's what we all do. We bring each other together.
Oh.
Here comes Dimitri. He's got Kai up ahead with him. Oh, he pushes it a little bit too far. And icing's waved off. Haviland's got it here right in front of you. Centering past Dimitri at his stick lifted. Back out to Grimberg. To the point. Grimace with the shot in front. And Dimitri turning, shooting. Haviland in front and scores! There it is. They each have one on this line now, and they are buzzing.
The drought is over for Haviland.
The drought is over. He has been.
You'll be able to talk to him tonight.
He had one in the last game in Tampa, but last week was a rough one with misses, but he finally gets that one. It's a 3-1 hockey game. Grinding in front of the net, as we've been talking. That's what they've been doing here, putting them on and going after it. Seems to be working, right?
And they're in a better position, though, in front of the net. All
Yes.
season they've been behind the net.
Yeah.
You know, too deep, too shallow.
They don't all have to be like me, pretty that is. They can be greasy.
I mean, they're camping the big fella clear just out in front, and then the boys are kind of just cycling through and getting some goals.
Seems to be working. Let's keep this up. Foster back at center ice. That's Nick Foster out there with Paulin and DeVos. It's kept in at the blue line by Rampage, a falling defender on the Warrior zone, but he gets out to DeVos, trying to sneak it through to Foster. Taken away by Rampage, working their way through in. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot save. Simon Prokop keeping that one outside the net, keeping his team with a 2-goal lead. They are out shooting Rampage 22-8 right now, and just up by 2.
A little too easy for that Rampage player to walk right in. No, it's a little physicality in front of that would go a long way to push that player away from Prokop.
I would love to see some physicality in front of the net. I know it's been a hot topic. I'm not going to say where I get my sources from, but
Sources inside the locker room say.
let's see a little bit more action in front of the net. Not after the whistle, before the whistle. Make it tough for those forwards to be in the crease. Or anywhere below the hash marks for that matter, not in the crease. Nick Foster being physical in the corner, bumping his player off of the puck. Sending it up the blue line and finally cleared. The boss now chasing it back in. Grimberg off the boards, stepping inside the blue line as a Rampage defenseman, knocking that one in behind the Warriors' net. Rampage still has this puck, trying to circle it back out to the top, and I can't even know what I'm calling here. Rampage just walking around, keeping this bouncing puck. Warriors trying to force it out of the zone. Harden up, the board's not out. That one came clear, but it was tipped back in. Paulin was fighting for it, over to Foster. Tipping it ahead. Nick Foster coming into the corner. He's got 2 guys going to the front. Keaton Paulin with the tip. Paulin now on his backhand. Spinning into the corner. Gets taken down. And then Foster comes in, returns the favor to Boss, bumping in. A shot coming from the blue line. Medeo takes it. The goalie saves it. Nothing dropped there for Nick Foster lurking in front of the goaltender.
52 needs a timeout. He's a little fired up.
Let him get fired up. I love it. Let's get the physical hockey game.
Physical.
Under his skin.
Exactly. Pops at the draw. Nice and Fredette winging up. And McGowan and Medeo out on the blue line. That one's in. And out just as quick. McGowan tipping that one back. Nice collecting at center ice, then losing. Rampage skating their way in. Take a weak shot that goes wide of the net under the glove of Prokop as he reached for it. To the blue line and kept in again by Rampage. Sneaking through to center ice. Kyler Nice picks it up. He's got 3 guys to beat. Nice backhand in front,
nice.
and Popovic diving. Puck was loose. Fredette skating in F3, couldn't find it. Rampage off the side, and then Popovic with the backhand in. Fredette behind the net doesn't get all the way through to him. And McGowan off the glass, weird bounce off the stanchion, a swipe at it at the top of the slot was Popovic. Out to the blue line, Medeo keeping it in and then sneaks out to the stick of the Rampage player, puts it off the shin pads of Popovic, gets another swipe at it. But then the Warriors push it up off the far boards. Here comes Eli Fredette. He's got Nice towards the net, shoots one, and he was looking far side. The goalie sticks the blocker up, getting in the way and keeping it out. 3:40 left to go here in the second period. And Popovic, from his belly, keeps that one onside, but the Rampage player there to clean it up. They send it through the top of the slot. Rampage pressuring in deep. Circling behind the net now. Warriors trying to get this one out. McGowan's got Nice way up on him. McGowan's going to continue to skate this one through. G-Money McGowan, Sideshow Bob, whatever you want to call him. And he can't keep it in.
Well, Bob Cousy coming down the middle there.
Medeo doing a good job on defense, stripping the player of the puck. Rimming it around to the far side. Popovic waiting for it. He's got some time. Flips the backhand to Kaler, just stepping off the bench, drops it over for Medeo, and Austin comes skating in across. There's a trip, but they're going to call it an offside.
With no trip.
No trip? No, it's just an offside? Mm-hmm. He tripped himself into an offside position. And a little under 3 minutes left to go here in this 3-1 hockey game. The OTT Sports Network, I'm Harry Haviland alongside DK. We're having some fun here with you, just trying to cheer these Warriors to a few more goals. They're leading 25-9 in the shot department with 2:50 left to go in the second period. The ref fell down. Oh, I wasn't even watching. Good for him. He deserves it.
For that non-call, he fell down.
Yeah. Good job keeping that one in. Grimberg pinching at the blue line. Haviland going after it, knocking that one away. Tip back over to Foster. They're battling in the corner. Goes around as Blair just tried to step in and help out. And a Rampage make the pass up. Kolchevsky breaking the play up. Stuck down there by Haviland. And then tipped out of the zone. Devin Foster ripping his way up. Dangles at the blue line. Still has his
big
puck.
fella.
Blair just with them. Haviland stepping into the play as Foster dropped it. Off the back of the net. And a goalie puts it under his blocker. See, Claire just getting a little greasy in front of the net. The player checked him, and then Dimitri stands up, looks at him, and goes, I don't think you want to do that, bud. Cooler heads prevail, and everybody skates over to the face-off draw with Nick Foster getting set to take it for your Warriors. Nick Foster controlling it, hooked down, makes that pass in just behind Pullen. Still in at the blue line. Foster sending one, blocker save, bouncing down in front. Couple of bounces, put it on the stick of the Rampage player, cleans it outside of their end. They check at the blue line, a little bit of a toe drag, gets dropped back. They send a shot wide of the net. Pullen after it in the far corner, back out to Foster. Pullen trying to get this one clear, gets it out. Foster. That one had to have been deflected. Now DeVos chasing it down. Around, Kolchevsky stepping in, and he flips that backhand back into the corner. DeVos coming around for it. Him and Paulin come to either side. The Rampage pick it up in the middle of them, sending it to the blue line and out. Kolchevsky now with the backhand. Back up to DeVos. Drop for Paulin, looking for DeVos. All bunched up there at center ice. Nick Foster going after it on the far side. I don't think him or the Rampage player wanted to get there first. And this one's rolling. Skating hard for it. Oh, DeVos trying to get to it. Rampage sending it. Kolchevsky into the blue line. Here comes Keaton Pullen working his way in through. Pullen gets knocked down. He's still diving for it. He got his toe caught there as he was swinging. And then he goes after the player that knocked him down. The puck sent all the way back down into the Warriors' end, making a pass up. Nice flips it backhand to the blue line. Rampage send it right back out to center ice. They tip that one at center ice, so icing's waved off with 28 seconds left to go. Warriors inside their own zone. Hard up off the boards and out. They are not going to wave that icing off. It comes across the goal line and it's whistled down. Back into the Warriors' end we go with 21.5 seconds left on the clock. Trying to keep your hands warm here.
A little sluggish last 3 minutes, getting a little sloppy. Kind of looks a little bit above that first 5 minutes of the game, but
they got to find it.
Need to right that ship going into the third. And
a full game of hockey, like they played last weekend, and ended up with that shutout victory against Lafayette. That was a full 3 periods. A couple of shifts here and there. Yeah, there was mistakes made. I mean, they can't all be like me. There's going to be mistakes. Nice. And that one's deflected. Should be bringing that one out, but they're not going to. They're going to keep it deep in the zone, which makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Pop's tasked with winning this face-off draw back and getting it out of their zone with a little under 16 seconds to go. You don't want to be trapped down there with a late fury coming from the Rampage. Popovic does win that one. McGowan sends it to the boards and the Rampage pick it up. They put that through the crease and Prokop got a piece of it. Finally cleared out. They got an opportunity here, the Warriors. They couldn't find it all the way up through as Nice was breaking. And Popovic gets a last little touch on that, puts it into the zone. The buzzer sounds. We get ourselves a 3-1 hockey game after 2 periods of play. 26-9 shots on net in favor of the Warriors. 3-1 is the score. OPT Sports Network still with you in this beautifully warm, comfortable press box at a West Rincon Monument. Catering teams coming in
I feel
here
like they just pulled the dimmer up. The lights seem like
Did it get brighter in
They
here?
get a little brighter.
Or our eyes adjusting.
Our eyes are adjusting probably. Feels brighter.
Catering team coming in here. Shrimp cocktail for the
Oh,
broadcast crew. I like it. Ice cold bucket of beer.
you folks from Capital Grid
Craft
sponsoring
services,
the
it's
shrimp
just
cocktail today.
Shrimp cocktail from a couple of lamb lollipops. Capital Grill sponsoring us here. All right, this one's got to be from start to finish. Just no slowing down, no casual. They're a little bit too casual. That's a good word
Yeah.
for it, right?
No urgency still. We still aren't urgent out there.
Yeah. There's no way that this should only be a 3-1 hockey game. McGowan and Medale having a little chat with Prokop. They skate their way to the blue line. It's going to be Popovic, Fredette, and Nice starting up front. Boo. Popovic winning that one back, but then Rampage stepped into the play. Tip back over, Pop trying to clear it, backhand into Medeo, and off of Fredette's stick up over that short glass and into the mesh. They're going to keep that one inside the zone again.
Keep it the right of Prokop again.
We're on rink 2 next week, too.
Are we all?
Yeah,
We're
ring 2.
Pride time against Boulder.
Yeah,
Right before our Super Bowl, right?
that's a Sunday
So then
morning
that
game. Yeah, right
No, it's a 2:40, I believe.
Is it 2:40?
Yeah, I believe, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll roll right into adult beverages in the Super Bowl. Little Chiefs Eagles.
Sounds like a good time to me. Nobody's cheering for the Chiefs, of course.
Of course
That one
not.
comes out across the blue line. You're not cheering for the Chiefs. Nobody can be cheering for the Chiefs.
No.
Not here in Colorado.
I'm not even sure I'm
anyway.
cheering for the Eagles, but I guess they get it by default.
Yes. Warriors doing their magic here, keeping the pressure on the Rampage. Rampage send that one out though. Comes out to McGowan. He's at center ice, working his way up the boards to Fredette on the right hand side.
Everybody's gotten a little casual out there.
Fredette sending that one in. It's cleared through the crease. Tip right back out. Fredette out the blue line. They're waving icing off or whatever they were doing there. Everybody changing up now, both lines. Popovic comes across. They got 2 guys in front. Nice shoots and a blocker save, a rebound into Fredette. He puts it into the goaltender who covers up.
Oh, is that pop down? Or is that?
Oh, that's Nice.
Nice.
He took the shot. Did he take some contact after the shot, or what happened? Or is that knee?
I still don't think he's 100%.
No, he's been playing injured here for a while. He's down with that knee. And here comes the training staff off the bench for the Warriors out to check on him.
Coach is going to get there, and we're going the other way.
He's favoring that knee. He's
Yeah.
not putting any weight on it. Injuries have been plentiful here this whole season.
Not the pneumonia, the flu.
Broken arm in Keaton. We've had concussions. It's been a rough go. It's how they battle. They got to go all season long. These players are tough. They don't call them Warriors for nothing. Foster line out there winning that one back was Devin. Comes right outside the blue line. Grimberg's going to have to race for it. Rampage player beats him to it. They send one through the crease. Couldn't get to it. Haviland back in his own end. Tipping that one to the blue line, and Foster coming to help him keep it clear across the red line. Back to the blue line, over to Grimberg. Jason Grimberg sees a little bit of an opening. He skates through, shoots one into the defenseman as he was trying to get it in deep. Tied up the blue line was Foster. Haviland with the back check through center ice. Rampage working their way in. Drop pass broken up, sent across the blue line. Claire just going after it. Rampage keeping this out. Looking to tip it through. Stolen away by Claire just in front of the net. Dimitri with the backhand centering. Gets it back on his forehand. Still has it. Shot comes in. Goalie can't hang on to it. In front. Through the crease underneath Haviland, but there's going to be a penalty here against Rampage as the ref's arm goes up behind the play. Going to be a cross-checking infraction against the man in gray as Dimitri was working hard in there. Power play opportunity again here. They got it on the last one, didn't they?
They did.
They did. A power play goal on the last one. Devin Foster scoring that one. They got another chance here. 11:51 left to go. 2 minutes to go up on the clock. And it's a 3-1 hockey game. 5-on-4 coming at
Sticking
you.
with the hot hand here. Caledris, Haviland.
And Foster at center.
Yeah.
And again, going with that 4-forward mentality. Nick Foster stepping out the blue line alongside McGowan. It comes out to Nick. That one across to McGowan. Steps in, takes a shot. A little bit wide as he was looking for a tip. Rampage picks it up on the boards. Claire just drops a stick in front of him. Haviland knocking it down in deep. Going after it into the corner, Kai Haviland. Foster with him, pulling it out of the pile, back out to the point. Nick Foster stepping across, takes a clapper in, keeping that one low, looking for a tip again. Sending it wide, Claire just backhanding it in. For Haviland, centers to Foster, and the puck is loose in front. Coming back out to Nick Foster. Dumping that one in deep, still with the pressure on the power play. The Warriors working it around the boards, back out to the blue line. Nick dumping it in for Haviland behind. Kai getting knocked down as he's working under Foster from Kalergis and out by the Rampage. Sending it out, Nick picking it up, dropping it right back up. Kalergis on the rush, coming across the red line, blue line. Dimitri shoots and scores a second power play goal for that line and for the Warriors. 4-1 hockey game.
A big fella laying some lumber. Nifty little move.
Nice work there. Dimitri coming in. Doesn't make any mistakes as he picks his spot behind the goaltender. Ripples that twine, and we got ourselves a 3-goal lead. 30-9 favoring in shots, and this is more of the score we should be expecting with that. I'd still like to see a few more. We can't be letting up on any of this. It's just got to be relentlessness for the rest of this season. Oh, getting some compliments on the camera work here. Doing an awesome job. I think that you definitely are. DeVos working his way in hard into the corner. Backhand slap out to the front. Paulin now chasing it back. That puck stayed up on end all the way through center ice. It finally rolls down across to the far side. Paulin's got Foster up ahead of him. Sends it. And his stick was lifted, but they're going to call icing off as that one goes into the far side. The linesman doing a good job communicating across the 85 feet, separating them. And taken away here, coming in on a breakaway. Working his way back. McGowan comes in, knocking the player off the puck there, and they fail to get a good shot off. Good work getting back into the play, G-Money McGowan. That one's off the ref, kept in there in favor of the Rampage. Paulin turns, sends it, trying to get outside to DeVos. That's underneath Prokop. They come in.
Oh, really?
They weren't blowing the whistle though. So they're not going to blow the whistle until he gets close. He came racing in. I would have liked to see our D-man step right up into him and just knock him flat on his face for even attempting it.
Or Prokop pop up and
He would've just
show him the blocker. The autograph on the blocker.
I would have liked to see it. Popovic winning that one off the boards to Fredette.
Nice.
Oh, Fredette flips it out, Pop racing after it. The Rampage defenseman gets there. Nice jumps over his stick. Fredette stepping into the slot. And Kolcheski keeping it in with a backhand at the far blue line. Kolcheski still working, back over to Popovic. Nice looking for some open room to the blue, and he gets it back into the skates, back out to the Kolcheski. They sneak back onside. Now Popovic and Fredette both going in behind the net after it. Nice along the boards with Fredette on that side. It's taken away by Rampage, and here comes the Monument team through center ice. They step across the red line, send that one in. It's deflected lightly, and Grimberg tries to play it, leaving it for Kolchevsky, and then the two Rampage players come together behind the net to get it. Prokop gets the pad out, keeping this one out to the side. Now Rampage unchallenged to the slot. Another shot. Prokop's going to hang on to that one.
12 you?
Bantam.
14.
14.
14 you?
Prokop having to make a couple of quick saves on that one. Rampage trying to get themselves set up and putting pucks towards the net. They finally make it into double digits on shots. They've now got 12 compared to the 31 in the slot for the Warriors. Here comes this deadly Foster line. They've got 4 goals so far, trying to build on that total. They've got to get it out of their own end first. Claire just trying to kick it down. It goes back into Medeo. Seeing some space. Medeo off the boards. Back to Foster. Flip to the blue line. Foster now knocks it out. Haviland chasing it. Is he going to get there first? Rampage player cutting in front of him. They go into the boards on the backside. Haviland does come out with it. Passes it over to Foster. And they both get taken down. Claire just with the backhand out to the blue line. McGowan tips it right back in. Intercepted by the Rampage player. And then McGowan stands his man up. Brought back in there by Kalergis, though. Makes the pass to Medeo. Then he's stripped off the puck. McGowan trying to get back on another shot. Given away there at the blue line. And Rampage collects it and comes back in.
Tough bounce there, too, though. Bounce right over his stick. And Rampage with a little opportunist there and kind of
cutting it into a 2-goal lead still with 8 minutes left to go in this game. That is not comfortable enough for me, DK.
Especially last time we gave up 3 in the third against these guys, and we still prevailed 6-4. But it'd be nice to see a couple more goals as we the last 7:59.
It would. They're trying with it. Haviland's fighting his way through. Gets back over to Foster inside the zone to Rampage. They send it all the way across the ice off the far boards. Grimberg's going to be back for it. Sends it hard off the boards past Kalergis, and then he steals it back. Kalergis going in. He's got Haviland across. Kalergis comes in looking for that Hattie. He shoots one. It's saved by the goaltender back off the boards and sent the length of the ice. That's going to be an icing call against the Rampage. What did you see what time that game was, or did we already talk about that?
I'm going to look right now for
Next
you.
week. For everybody, you can.
We're
so
prime time viewing next week.
Yeah. Rank 2 just before the Super Bowl. It's going to be at 2:40 p.m. Rank 2 at South Sub. So make sure you get that into your schedules before you finalize your Super Bowl plans. I was watching the refs press conference from Mahomes' hot tub up in his suite, and they were all enjoying themselves. The refs are getting ready for it. Mahomes has been treating them good. It's going to be a fun game to watch. Let's go, Eagles.
We probably should call Yeehaw and see if they can sponsor our tailgate prior to the game.
That would be great. We got to get them. That was in Nashville. Oh, big hit there. Just was on his own player. DeVos flips it high into the zone. Holland gets crunched after he tips it back in behind the net. There's a hit from behind, well behind the play. I don't understand how that can be. You can hear the fans screaming over there in the bleachers, all 500 of them. Walking in, another shot. That one's blocked. Grimberg off the boards and not out of the zone. Foster gets tripped up. Pollen comes up, sneaks into that one, just sends it the length of the ice. And DeVos doing a little bit of chirping. You see the hand going from the Rampage player.
Little talking going on.
I think we need to let our actions speak and not our words right now, as we've got a 2-goal lead here with 6:43 left to go, and I'd like to see a couple more potted. McGowan decides he's not going to take the face-off. Let's Popovic skate in there. Pops wins this one back. Pushed up off the boards. Glove down. Makes it back to himself. McGowan taking a player off the puck there. McGowan has it. Sends it outside the blue line. Pops can't race to it. Rampage off the boards and in. That's past McGowan. He's going to come back for it, though. Decides to leave it there for the Rampage player who was coming in. They send it around the far side. Ref gets out of the way. Rampage gets to it. Monument in front. That one comes out to Fredette. He's at the blue line. Eli's got a chance here if he can skate. Gets it hacked down. Eli, Fredette. Shot, and the tip in front doesn't get onto the blade of the racing Popovic. Nice out there with him now. He's doing some back checking as Rampage comes back into the Warriors zone. Centering pass through the crease. Rampage collecting, tipping it off the backhand. Popovic runs into Fredette, and then a puck off the boards. Nadeo gets a second swipe at it there. As Pop's got it caught up in the referee. That should be an icing call against the Rampage. And how do you whistle that one off as they call for an icing, whistle it off. Medeo's getting cross-checked back down to the ice. Here comes the aggressiveness of the Rampage players. No time to sit back on this one here. Rampage pressing. They've got it at center. Fredette slows them up, but they get it right back. Monument team coming across, swiped aside by McGowan. He's after it. Off the boards, not clear. Graham's picking up his glove behind the net. Rampage come in. Off the shoulder of Prokop, making a good save there. Keeping his team in this one, and they send it outside the blue line. Kyler Neese racing after it. Here comes Neese up the left side. Backhand shovel. That one goes behind the net, in front of the net. That's a far away. I can't see it.
Not behind the net.
It's over there somewhere. It's on the far. It's somewhere east of the airport. At the blue line, they've got to circle back. Popovic's got to put some pressure on him. Tukolchevsky's looking through center ice with Foster up ahead of him. Joey hanging on to this one. Shot. Popovic with the bouncing puck gets the rebound. Shot off. Another save by the goaltender. Into the front. And then out to the blue line and into center ice. Grimberg passes across to Kolchevsky.
Dump it.
Putting that one in. Second part of the dump and chase being followed up there with Foster. Shot in front. Haviland's waiting for a rebound. They're pushing and shoving in front of the net. Goalie smothers it. Keeping it outside with 4:17 left to go here. Third period action in Monument on the OTT Sports Network, and we're only at a 4-2 game.
Rampage hanging tough here. Won't go away. Boys need to get one more goal to put this one to rest.
A little bit of a cushion here would be nice. 2 goals, and there's still lots of time.
Especially after some interesting bounces here in the last 2 to 3 minutes.
Yes.
The surface is getting a little slow and a little rough for the boys.
Haviland trying to feed that one back out to Kolchevsky. He can't step around, but Grimberg helps him out. Backhands that one in, back inside. Kalair just chasing. Dimitri putting the big lumber around the player, tipping it back over to the side. Haviland forcing the play up the boards, held in at the blue line by Kolchevsky and tipped back into the corner. Foster getting tripped up, and how's there not a call on that? Back out to Kolchevsky. He's got Foster in the corner. He takes a shot in front. Kalair just, his stick was on the ice, and that one gets sent wide. Grimberg stepping in on the blue line. Kalair just retreating back to help him out. Kolchevsky cleans it up on the boards. Right back over to Rampage and bring it out of their zone and into center ice. Coming back, Haviland's going to leave that one for Grimberg. Backhand off the boards, doesn't get it all the way through. Foster to Kalergis. Making that pass up, and Jason Grimberg comes across the red line. Fires a long bouncing one in, and Grimberg gets it from the red line.
The bounces, we said those bounces.
The puck takes an awful bounce there in favor of the Warriors, though, and they get that 3-goal lead that we were just chatting about. Grimberg.
The old bouncer, it's a tough one. Short hop into the back of the net.
We'll take it. With 37 shots on net, that's the way we've got to score. We'll take it. One, and McGowan has it. Rampage at the blue line. Back over to Foster and Nick. This one's still inside. Nick with a nice little soccer play to kick that one over to Medeo. He's doing some fancy dangling at his own blue line, trying to work his way through. Still has it. Austin Medeo can't split them all, but he was trying to. Now he's got to hustle back on defense as the Rampage come through center ice, coming in one-on-one on McGowan. They send that one across as Medeo is getting back in and looking to body somebody off that puck. Clear the blue line, back to Foster. Backhand shovel to DeVos. Jumps over his stick as his puck is doing some bouncing around this dirty sheet of ice. Rampage working their way in, trying to get a tip here. Centered. McGowan in front, back up to the blue line, working their way around. A shot comes in, it's blocked. Another save by Prokop as he was down, just flipping those pads around. Good thing he stretched before the game. Back over to Nick Foster on the far side. Rampage gets to it, puts it off the boards as the Warriors are making changes here. Rampage flips it up, Kolchevsky settles it down, then he gets it taken away. Rampage coming in, shooting one, they rip it off the crossbar, and right into your living rooms, into the camera. Lucky there, but if you ask Prokop, he'll just say they hit the post because he had the rest of the net covered. Out to the sideboards here, and Kolcheski cleans it out of the zone. Rampage quick to turn it back around. Popovic on the back check, knocking it off, and Fredette spins. Nice on the forecheck, making him dance, make the pass over to the far side. And getting physical at center ice as Popovic goes
chippy
playing.
out there.
Grimberg has it, sends it all the way down. That's got to be an icing call as the ref's hand comes up and signals it. Whistle down with 1-2-3 left to go on the clock. 5-2 is the score. I'm feeling a little bit comfortable now with the time. 37-15 shots on net in favor of the Warriors. A couple of power play goals. 2 or just the 1? No, we got 2 power play goals. Special teams working. They've been working on that stuff in practice. It's finally paying off. As this season's winding down, like I said, we've only got one more regular season game. That's against Boulder next Sunday at 2:40. South Sub, rink number 2. Shot comes in. Prokop got just enough of that one to send it over to the far side. And then we're in Colorado Springs, President's Day weekend. Made the pass up. Here comes Eli. He's got Nice with him. Fredette can't get the shot off. Good defensive effort there. Back out to the slot. They are knocking it around. And tip back in. That's going to be offside as Grimberg sends it.
1 minute.
Colorado Springs, that'll be a fun time. The rink's not going to be the favorite, but I'm going to get a hotel down there with OTT's going to spring for a big suite.
Oh, nice.
At the fanciest hotel in Colorado Springs. Maybe
you
like
might,
an
you
NBA.
might be down in Pueblo for a couple games too.
We got to play in Pueblo?
You may play in Pueblo.
No, I don't want to play in Pueblo.
By the river in Pueblo? Oh.
I've actually never been to Pueblo. Di's been to Pueblo once. She came back after having a stroke down there, so I don't know if that's,
You're allowed to go that far?
I don't know if we go that far anymore. Haviland on the forecheck, tipping that one out. Kolcheski keeping it at the blue line here, the final minute of play of this third period. They're coming in one-on-one against Grimberg, making that pass back. Foster gets a stick on it. Rampage still pushing off the side of the net, and it's caught up in Prokop's gear, and he takes a while to blow that whistle, but if the puck was loose, he would have been quick to it, I'm sure. He's telling him to drop the puck if nobody's near him. The puck was caught up in his jersey. How am I supposed to drop the puck when I don't know where it is, ref? One and another save by Prokop. They send one in off a quick face-off win. 32 seconds left to go. The shots tally up here now for Rampage as well. They got 18 on Prokop, managing to put 2 behind him. 37 with 5 on the score for the Warriors. Rampage not giving up. Haviland backhands that one
It's not going to
through.
make it. It's not going to make
Their
it.
goalie's going to come out to play that. He's like, get this over with. We don't need another icing call.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And playing hard into the corner. Foster and Haviland in deep. Rampage out to the blue line. McGowan trying to shoot one through. Into the stick of Foster. Can't get another shot off on the net. 5 seconds left to go. Rampage can't clear it out of their zone. It comes out to center ice. And he skates in. McGowan knocking his man down at the buzzer.
52.
And it's 52. It's the one that Dio's been waiting for to get knocked down. And here we come out with another victory. Good job here on the Warriors. 2 victories in the last 2 games. And again, 1 more to go next weekend. It's been fun. We hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast from down here in the corner of this rink. I wish you guys could have all been here. It's just so nice. You've never been to a hockey rink until you've skated at the West Barn in Monument, Colorado. Warriors with a 5-2 victory over the Rampage. It's been fun, but now we've got to travel back up I-25 and enjoy our Saturday nights just as we hope everybody across the globe does. Thanks to Diane on the camera, DK on the mic beside me. On behalf of them and everybody else at the OTT Sports Network, have yourself a lovely weekend. I'm Harry Haviland, signing out.